Hello and welcome back to the Executive Spotlight. I'm joined in the studio by Kim Barker-Lee, the Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Officer of Bally's. How are you doing, Kim?
I'm doing great. Love London. I'm excited to be here.
And what do you think of our studio?
I'm loving it. I'm wondering if I'm fading in the background a little bit, but I clearly got the memo on black and white.
You did get the memo. I didn't get the memo. You look great. You look fantastic. So, Kim, you've recently moved from an established supplier to an operator that's challenging across multiple fronts, whether that's online, in the land-based sector, or on the supply side. How have you found the transition to Bally's?
Great question. One of the things that we have our Bally's DNA, and one of them is always ready. And so what I have found is that we are a very entrepreneurial, fast-moving organization. We are really refining our global footprint and developing a global culture to accompany that. And so it's been an amazing almost 2 months, or a little bit over 2 months in my role, and really focusing my efforts on developing a global presence, developing a global team so that we can continue our brand presence as an omni-channel entertainment company. We're realigning our focus on iGaming in North America and doing lots of things to really build out our infrastructure in North America. And so it's been very exciting. I've got an amazing team that is global. The bulk of my team and the legal team is actually here in the UK, so that is an example of where we have a global focus at Bally's.
So you've been in your role for 2 months?
Yes, I have.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
And talk us through your duties as Chief Legal Officer.
Sure. As the Chief Legal Officer, I'm responsible for the functions of legal, compliance, public affairs, data privacy, and really lots of different related functions, but that's really more my role as what I would call a manager. I'm also a leader in the company. I sit alongside our CEO and other members of our executive team to really align our business priorities, and for me as the Chief Legal Officer to make sure that we are delivering the highest level of legal services to support the business and the direction, but to do so in a way that is completely aligned with our DNA and completely aligned with prioritizing the player experience, sustainability, and responsibility in how we execute everything at Bally's.
Now, you've got a particularly interesting project in the Chicago casino development to work on. What can you share with us about those plans and how it's progressing?
Sure. Well, let me first talk about that Chicago project because I lived and worked in Chicago for over 25 years, and like anyone that lived in Chicago, the opportunity to see this casino come to life is really something we've been looking forward to and looking towards for decades. So for me, as a Chicagoan, it's a very exciting time. To be at Bally's, even more exciting. So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on there. We are planning to open our temporary facility sometime this year. Right now we are developing a best-in-class strong team, our leadership team, and we hope to be able to make some announcements about our leadership team shortly. But critical to the Chicago project is partnerships with our communities. Partnerships with the city colleges of Chicago in terms of developing workforce partnerships and other ways so that we can ensure that Bally's Chicago looks like the community and the city of Chicago in its entirety. Another important component of the Chicago project is really community investment. And we are going to, as part of the project, have a 25% ownership by individuals and families from communities that are traditionally not represented in casino ownership. And so Chicago is a really, really exciting project, and I think very, very forward-looking in terms of how casino developments will be coming to large cities, and it's just a real pleasure and honor for Bally's to be able to have that opportunity to bring this, the casino to Chicago.
Exciting. And with a background in lottery, how's it been transitioning to multiple forms of gaming?
Yeah, I mean, my background was a lot broader than lottery at IGT. And lottery, as you know, has multiple components. So I do have a lottery background, gaming, Play Digital, which is digital betting and sports betting, and they fit very well with the kind of blueprint within Bally's. Our chairman, Sue Kim, always says that there's no such thing as, lottery, gaming, and iGaming. There's gaming, which is really an omni-channel entertainment proposition for our players. And so for me, that's been seamless. It's actually been really interesting to be more on the B2C side of things, to really understand and internalize the player experience in a very different way than I had previously serving in my various roles at IGT as a supplier.
Now, you were named one of IGB's most influential women of gaming in 2022. Congratulations. Tell us how that feels for you.
Oh my goodness, it was such an honor. And I think it's an honor because to be recognized for a body of work in your career, and I think also things that you're passionate about. I come from a background that is legal, multi-decade serving as a senior lawyer, a general counsel, but I also spent 5 years in a global DEI leadership position. And what I say is you don't have to have a title to do the work. And so for me to be able to be recognized for both my legal work and the impact that I've made in this industry from a DEI perspective was just, I was speechless. It was a beautiful surprise. But I think it's also a way of a reminder that representation in this industry still matters. And it is important for people to see women, people of color, people with different abilities in places of leadership and just thriving in our industry. The basis for diversity is creativity and innovation, and when we represent that and we recognize it, it's just an incredible opportunity for all of us, not just those of us who were named.
Oh, Kim, thank you so much. A real inspiration. Thank you for joining us in the ICE 365 studio.
Great, thank you, Katie.
So up next, finding talent for the American dream. Alistair Cleland, the Managing Director of Pentasia, and Gideon Bria, the Managing Partner of Partis, will be in this studio. Join us then.